What, I'm early? I'm an early bird. Welcome in, welcome in. It's 5:55 Friday evening here in the Philippines. What a week it has been. Holy smokes, can you tell by looking at me I'm exhausted? I've been yelling at everybody. Shaney! Anna Reyes, Jalen, how are you? Anna G, how you be? Rona, Assis, Gabriel. Mawelma is here. What's on the menu tonight, Mawelma? Griselda, Chrissy Mama. What would a live stream be without Chrissy Mama? Helium is here. Ads are running, Glenda. Yenarine, how are you? I like this music. I've said that before, right? I hope we don't have a brownout while we're going live. That would be a shame because we're here to give away GCASH today. Yes. Are we going to do an early bird drawing? We most certainly are. 19 million people in the house. We're going to do early bird. As a matter of fact, before I start on my rants, we're probably going to draw first. I do want to start by saying my condolences to those of you who have suffered and lost family members in the earthquake. Pretty horrible. You wouldn't imagine how it rock and rolled right here in Bye Bye City Leyte. It seemed as though it was never going to stop moving. Those of you that are here, you know what I'm talking about. Minnie and I ran into the bathroom, the small CR, for cover. So the reason why we went into the CR is because it's a small, wet room, and there's not much trouble you can get into in that wet room should the roof decide it wants to cave in on you. So we figured we'd be safe there, and we waited out the earthquake right there from that CR. Yes, that very CR that the lizard lives in there, where the lizard lives in the toilet. Absolutely. Melanie, you survived. Some people didn't. You know, it was pretty rough looking at all the people that posted. As an earthquake was happening, brother-in-law Gel, Borge was outside on the porch and had his phone going. I don't even think that he realized what he was looking at. At first, he probably didn't even realize that an earthquake was occurring. Mom Shi Dang is here. John is here. Phil John, how are you? So he started filming the car, the van rocking back and forth. Don't come knocking if that van's rocking, if you know what I mean. So he filmed it and saw the van moving back and forth. Larice Jussé is in the house. Larice, congratulations on 8 years on YouTube. Man, did people show up to your live stream, and they brought money with them. Did they not? Huh? They brought their wallets and their purses with them. Congratulations, Larice. As you know, those that really got it, Nicola's here, Lorraine Pajadas is here. Folks who really got the brunt of that were in the northern part of Cebu, the island of, what is it? Lapu-Lapu, the northern part, the northern tip got hammered. It was terrible, I'm telling you. It was terrible. There was a lot of loss of life. It was the worst thing that I have ever been in since the earthquake of February 9th, 1971. Mike is here. Hi, Mike. A, B, Cindy, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Crystal's Adventures in the house. Anime is going to post my Facebook link so that you guys know how to get a hold of me should you win money in the draw. As you know, the rules are if you don't let me know who you are, where you are, then I can't send you money. Oh, well, I won't spend much time looking for you. Any information on where to send the money? No. We've actually been giving out money. It's true, but we've been giving it out to people who live in that northern area. Some friends of ours have been up there. We have probably made maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 donations up there in that area to different people that are collecting money that we trust, that we've known for a long time. Oh man, it was a fine show there, Larice. Hey, Larice, didn't someone give you mega money on that live stream? Crystals, were you there? You were there, right, Crystals? Did you see somebody dole out some big money on Larice's live, her celebration today, 8 years on YouTube. Ramir is here. Hi, Ramir. So yeah, it was pretty bad, and so I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I'm overwhelmed. Anyway, we had the big one, all right, in California. If you want to look it up in Wikipedia, you could see what that was all about. That was February 9th, 1971. I remember it. It all came back. All the trauma, all the emotions hit me. How should I say this? Pardon the pun, but like a ton of bricks. It wasn't a fun experience to have to go through that. So if you're interested, look at the history of California, February 9th, 1971. Dan was there. And I was reliving the nightmare all over again. So I knew this was pretty big. But I just wanted to let you know, I want to talk about something before we do the early bird draw. And that is that if you go look in a YouTuber, Menge's here. Hi, Menge. Hope you are well. If you go, and hope all of you are doing well in spite of what's occurred. If you were in the zone, the earthquake zone, the Osa Median, I know some of you were because you sent me messages. Look up Stefan Burns. Stefan Burns is an astrophysicist. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, folks, but we're entering into another earthquake window. Now, I know that a lot of you and a lot of people have sent me messages talking about the tectonic plates, but there's more involved than just tectonic plates. I know we're in the Ring of Fire. Everybody knows that. It's more fun in the Philippines because every day some force of nature or your neighbors are trying to take your life. They're trying to basically do you in. That's life here in the Philippines, right? Viana Cañas is here. Dez's channel is here. So go check out if you're interested. Des, thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. Look up Stefan Burns, astrophysicist, and we're in an earthquake window in the next probably 24 to 48 hours. And the odds increase tremendously that another big one is going to occur. Make all the preparation you need to make. Well, no one knows where. No one knows where it's going to occur. We don't know if we're going to have another one here in Asia. We're in an earthquake window for a big one. It could happen anywhere in the world. I just wanted to let you know, you can go and look for Stefan Burns, astrophysicist. He'll explain it. He'll explain what's going on in the universe that's causing this to happen. And you can believe him or believe him not, but I will tell you this. He hasn't been wrong in the last couple of weeks. He's predicted just about every event. Not predicted this precise location. He just was right. He was spot on saying that the big earthquake is coming, even though he can't predict. Astrophysicists, if they try to predict earthquakes with precision, they'll be drummed out of the astrophysicist corps. They'll kick them out. They don't like people to predict earthquakes. That implies that they know how to predict them, and then they could warn you in advance. I would say that Stefan Burns is about as close to predicting spot-on earthquakes as any person that I've ever met, based on the scientific method. Not predictions like, oh, I saw a vision. No, it's not like that. It's based on science. So if you want to be scientific and cerebral, then go in there and take a look at what Stefan Burns has to say. And then look up February 9th, 1971. Check that out. Last week ads appeared about 5 seconds before Dan said start. Oh yeah, just skip them. I apologize. I'll let you know when we're gonna draw, and then just skip those ads. Doggone it. YouTube's making plenty of money these days. They are. Anyway, enough of that. Choose a number between 1 and 35. When you see start appear next to our channel name, that's a number between 1 and 35. I'm going to draw out of this light bulb. And when the light's on and nobody's home, this is Dan coming to you live from the CR. Says so right there. All right, let's go. A number between 1 and 35. Start guessing as soon as you see start appear in the chat. But you only get one guess. Only one. One. Don't make me have to come over there and spank you for choosing more than one. It's a number between 1 and 35. Let's go when you see start appear in the chat. And what are we playing for? We're playing for 333 pesos in GCASH. 3. Okay, looks like we have all 30 some guesses in here. And now I'm going to enter stop command, Ravinder, in the chat. When you see stop command inside there, that means stop guessing. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop guessing when you see that appear. All right. Now it's time to draw a number. I almost forgot where I was. I don't know how long this chat's going to be because I've had an exhausting week, so I don't know how long I'm going to be on. I could be on for hours, but I get going sometime, right? Or I could be, on for another 10 minutes. So I'm going to pull a number out of here. I've certified this light bulb. Ravinder, it's only one guess. One person, one guess. That's it. All right, I got a number. And it is number. Yeah. Wouldn't you know it? It's number 1. Don't you know? It's number 1. Do we have a winner at number 1? Do we have a winner at number 1? Let me see. I'll wait a couple seconds to see if we have a winner. Number 1. No? Yes? No winner. Okay. Viana Kanya says no winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Guys, I have both. I have both Globe and PLDT in the house for internet. And Globe has been wacky here in Bye Bye See You Later. Our line has been. So when it happens, I just switch over to the next one, right? And so when PLDT goes out, I switch over to Globe. But it hasn't been going so well. You know what I mean? In other words, there are times that both of them have been out. I've been switching around back and forth, right, between the two internet services. But Globe has been messed up for the better part of a week. And they've been kind, they've been sending messages out saying, oh, hate to inform you, we're all screwed up over here. We don't really know what's wrong, but I do know what's wrong, and so do they, right? We're getting bombarded with solar energy from the sun. Solar storms are hitting the earth like crazy, and when that happens, they can tell you they can control their internet service all they want. But the truth be told, they can't. An interruption is an interruption. That's the way it is. You get electricity bombarding the earth, solar flares. We're at solar maximum. That's why we had the big earthquake. That's one of the reasons. You can't control the sun. Excuse me, son. Excuse me, son. You're messing up our business model. So I got to do something. Of course, they don't refund you. They don't deduct the days that they don't have service. I've tried going to them saying, hey, don't you owe me like 4 or 5 days off this bill? Right? Don't you owe me a few, ducats, some credits? I get this response. You're a funny cano. That's the response I get. You're such a funny guy. You should do stand-up comedy. That's what they tell me when I head down to the office, right? Holy cow, you have to be careful when you're a foreigner and you're interacting with, with the citizenry here. You don't want to make people upset. You got to be nice, even if I just come home and I start pounding on the walls. I don't yell at them, but I come home and I start slapping the cat and the dog around. You guys know how it is, right? All right, let's go. Let's go again. Now, here are the rules, right? Number 1 is taken out of play. So when you guess again, a number between 1 and 35, don't guess number 1 because we pulled that ball out of play. It's sitting over here on Funk and Wagner. What's it called? What did Johnny Carson used to say? Anyway, if I used his line, you wouldn't know what I was talking about anyway. It ain't in there no more. It ain't in the light bulb anymore. We pulled it out. And so number 1's out of play. So now you only have 1 to 34 numbers to choose, 1 to 35 numbers to choose from, but not number 1. It ain't in there. Number 2 to 35, that's what's in there. Right? You get one guess only. Remember that when you see start appear in the chat, you start guessing, one guess only for 333 pesos in GCASH. You may start guessing as soon as you see that number in the chat. 38 million people in the house in the first 19 minutes and 34 seconds of play. Who will win? Who will win? I think all the guesses are probably in. Irene and Irish are here. Mildred Balenga is here. Ravinder's in the house. When you see stop appear in the chat, you may stop guessing because the guessing portion of this contest is over. as soon as you see stop guessing appear in the chat. All right, let's pull a number. Let's pull a number. Ravinder, you wouldn't happen to be in Thailand right now, would you? All right. Let's see what we got. I got one. All right, and the winning ball, I hope we have a winner, is number, well, the light is reflecting. I'm not holding it right either. 24. Number 24. There you go. That's better. 24. All right. Do we have a winner with number 24? Okay, I'm waiting. Who deleted? What happened? What's up, Mini Snow? What do you know? No winner or winner? Oh, man. My live chat ain't moving very fast. Let me reset it. Mildred says no winner. Menge says no winner. All right, dang it. This happened last week where we had, this was supposed to be an early bird thing, and now it's a late bird. What's a late bird? All right, so now we're going to do it again, doggone it, right away. So number 1 and number 24 out of play. When you see start appear in the chat next to our channel name, you may start guessing. A number between 1 and 35, but don't choose 1 and don't choose 24. They're out of play. Let's see if we can get a winner this time. The third time's a charm. While you're guessing, I'm going to grab a glass of water. Folks, this has got to be like the easiest game, the easiest contest on any live stream on the internet anywhere, right? Because all you have to do is choose a number between 1 and 35, but not 1 and 24. You just guess. The first one to guess the winning number in this chat, you win the 333 if it comes up, right? All right, what are you doing? Oh, stop guessing. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put the brakes on. Dan, a late bird is a turkey dinner. Always. That's true, huh, Mike? Always. A late bird is a turkey dinner. Oh, that's the truth. All right. Let me see if we can get a winner. Girly Sen is in the house. All right. I got a ball in my hand. Oh, this is another one in the 20s. And it is number 20. Number 20, Mini Snow. 20. 20. Number 20 came up. Is that your number? Number 20. I will wait a couple seconds to see if we have a winner. Jalen. Jalen, you won. Wow. Congratulations, Jalen. You won with number 20. Don't forget them rules, and that is that you got to send me your GCASH account number in the chat. And I do believe that Anna Mae posted the link to how you find me. So there are no excuses. Right, Jalen? Jalen, let's see, Jalen. Send me that number. Send me that GCASH. Make it easy for me. Just put your GCASH number, put it on one line all by itself. So all I have to do is copy and paste. All right, that part of this game 1 with Jalen winning with number 20. Now we can feed the pig, right? The pig is next, right, Jojo? All right, let me reach down here. Yes, if it's a pork product, I'm eating it. By the way, I don't want to get involved in the whole, I mean, there are people that say that we shouldn't be eating the pork. It's not a clean animal. I did not mean to. It's been a really rough week. I didn't mean to start controversy. I've just been watching a lot of YouTube, too much, if you ask me. Let's start by dropping a few coins in here. How this piggy works. Larice, you know how the piggy works, right? I mean, personally, Larice, I have yet to meet a pig that I didn't like. That's too funny, right? I have yet to meet a pig that I didn't like. Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm going to hell. I just know that I am. I can't be saved. No, no. All right, here we go. It's time to stuff the pig. And you know how this works. We put the money in the pig, and a couple of weeks before Christmas, I'll be giving you information about how you submit a guess at how much money is in the piggy. And then the one that ends up closest to getting the number, we're talking about the first person that ends up the closest to the actual amount of money that's in the pig, then you win. Yes, you can. Yes, many, many times. I can attest to the fact that you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. All right, here we go. Coin first. Coin. 37 million people in the house. We're feeding the pig. The pig is hungry because they haven't eaten all week. Well, a couple weeks before Christmas, I'll give you those instructions, Mel, about where you could send the guess on how much money might be in this pig. If you guess right, if you get close to it anyway, you're the closest, then you end up getting all the money inside this pig. I think one year, right, we gave away 5,000 pesos. So, I don't know if we've reached that mark or not. Maybe not. We started early. This is all Mike's fault. Mike from Canada, right? Mike said, you need to start early, Dan. You need to put some real money in that pig. Okay, all right. Mike convinced me to do it. All right. It doesn't make any noise anymore because it's full. All it does is fart. That's all this pig does these days. It doesn't growl. It doesn't do anything. It just farts. Folks, here's some money. Here's some bills I'm putting in here. I dropped it. I dropped one. I'm going to put the money inside this pig. All right, the pig has been fed. All right. Can I have your permission to set the pig down? I don't want to drop him. I hate for the pig to develop another crack. I'm sure there are like 2 or 3 jokes there, right? Don't get me started. All right, what else do I want to talk about? So, oh yeah, for all of you that have birthdays in October, I'd like to wish all of you a happy birthday if this is your birthday month. Mark is here. Hey, Mark, when are you going to go to the junkyard and put together another hoopty ride? Huh? For you and the missus and the family. You can do it. Just start, start small. Go over to the junkyard and, go over to the junkyard. Start grabbing parts and slap yourself together a nice, sweet hoopty ride. All right, Anime, what do you think? Mini Snow's here. Let's talk about something else. Okay, so we have October birthdays. We had Larice Jusse's 8 years. We had Earthquake Stefan Burns. Go look him up. And there's something else I want to talk about. I don't remember. I think I put a link in my chat though to remind me that there was something else I want to talk about. It has something to do with Filipino culture. That's all I remember. I have a very short memory. Let's see. I sent it to myself. Shared content. Shared content. Huh? Huh? Uh. Uh. Huh. Yeah. No? Maybe it's this one. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, it's been stressful because I had a few relatives. Claire's here. Claire, it's been a couple of weeks since I've seen you. Oh man, it wants me to log in. I don't have time for this. Let's talk about why it is. So here's an observation I would like to share about living in a Filipino household. Yeah. I made an interesting observation, Jerry, South Texan Jerry, and that's that about Filipino culture, communication, and the family dynamics. Well, I asked ChatGPT, why is it that in a Filipino household, the person who yells the loudest ends up winning the argument? You could you could have the best points of view. You could be very, very factual in the presentation of your material, but yet for some reason, the person that wins the argument seems to be the one that yells the loudest. So I asked ChatGPT, why is this? Why is this? Here are a few reasons why the loudest voice oftentimes seems to win the arguments in Filipino families. All right, the reason number one. Reason number one is collectivist and hierarchical culture. Yes. Say that 3 times real fast. Number 1 point, Filipino families are very close knit and tend to follow hierarchical parents, elders, breadwinners, often have more say. Sometimes being the loudest is a way of asserting that authority, especially if someone feels their role should carry more weight than yours. So I'm in charge here. I have a Filipino last name, Herrera, 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 Herrera. Doesn't matter which way you want to say it. That's a Filipino last name. Number 2, Lakasing Lube. Did I say that right? Lakasing Lube. Strength of conviction. You guys are laughing at me. In Filipino culture, confidence and firmness in expressing yourself can be seen as strength. Being louder signals determination and conviction, which others might respect or simply yield to in order to keep harmony in the family. Here we go again. Here we go again. Herrera. Jerry. South Texan Jerry. Herrera. All right. Conflict avoidance and what is this? Hiya, shame. Many Filipinos dislike prolonged conflict. If one family member is louder and more persistent, the rest may give way rather than escalate it further to avoid embarrassment or damaging family harmony. Is that true, Anime? Number 4, emotional expressiveness. Filipino families are generally very expressive, whether in laughter, storytelling, or arguments. Oh, because one word, busta, ends the conversation. Busta. How do you say it? Busta. Oh my goodness. Loudness isn't always taken as a sign of aggression. Sometimes it's just passion. You love me. You really love me. But in disagreements, the passion, the louder you are, the more passionate you are, I should say. And one tends to dominate the conversation. But I get involved in these conversations where everybody is yelling at the same time. What's that all about? Right? No, listen to me. Listen to me. And nobody's listening to me because they can't hear me because they're yelling at each other. Number 5, practical outcome, peacekeeping. In many Filipino homes, just like other homes, wherever you may be in the world, arguments end when someone gets tired or gives in, not necessarily when everyone agrees. The loudest voice often reaches that point first. So the rest just accept it for the sake of peace. I am not a crook. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. It's not always about logic or fairness. It's often about who insists the most strongly. In the end, though, Filipino families usually reconcile quickly. Come here, give me a great big hug. Come on, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Because preserving closeness is more important than being right. All right, so listen, blood is thicker than water. Blood is thicker than water. Blood is thicker than water. Don't get in a pissing contest with 2 blood relatives because if you ain't, you're the loser. Just walk away. That's how you do it. Walk away and be happy. That's how you do it. Do you guys am I close to my is the observation valid? God repairs us here. Is my observation valid or not? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comment section below. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. Let's just forget about it. Let's just forget about the whole thing. All right, let's see. Moving on, moving on, moving on. What's next? I feel as though I forgot to do something. Ads 4 times a 30 minutes. Yeah, Jerry is reminding me of something. And that is that if you're watching on, here's what I've noticed. It's my own personal experience. And that is that if you watch on a cell phone device, it's different than if you're watching on your living room TV set. The ads seem to be getting longer and longer and longer if I'm watching them and more frequent on my television set, right? Yeah, it probably is, Mike. You're right. It's probably very common. So why? So I went to investigate so you don't have to. And I discovered it's because more and more people are watching YouTube from their living room smart TVs. That makes sense. And they're taking advantage of it because they know that they got it over on free TV. So if you're watching free TV, right? Yeah, nobody sent. I don't know what you're saying, John, but yeah, you didn't get paid because you didn't send me your GCASH number. So that's pretty much it. So I don't know what to do about that, John. John 13, Young 13. I don't know. Somebody has to send me a GCash number. If I don't hear from them, you get nothing. You get squat. All right. So, but it doesn't mean I'm not willing to pay you now, because I am. So whoever John 13 is, and you have to have a YouTube channel. You can't see the other thing is if you just come in here and then you're just setting up the YouTube channel this day, today's date, you got no videos posted. I'm kind of looking at it going, I don't think I'm going to pay you. Yeah, see my mind, I got a very suspicious mind, right? Kitty, what are you doing? The kitty is over here. Oh my gosh, the kitty is over here pestering. You're fed. What are you doing? The kitty is walking around my feet wanting attention. All right. Ah. Oh my God, now both the cats are in here. Don't play in here. Don't play in here. Ming, don't play in here, Ming. They're playing now. Now I'm doomed. I'm gonna have to call for Minnie. They found me. All right, so make sure you send me your Gmail numbers. I guess that's the bottom line. I won't know where to send it. I'll just go over to Dunkin' Donuts and buy myself an extra cup of coffee in your name. That sounds fair, right? Because y'all like me, don't you? All right, let's go and Minnie sent them in. So barbecue time. Yes, yes, probably. I don't know if we're doing barbecue or not because I'm so beat up after that earthquake. Who can I see a show of hands? Who still is feeling dizzy from the earthquake? We've had so many aftershocks, right? The first couple of aftershocks were like they were in the 5 range, right? The 4 and 5 range, kind of, right? So who is still? And then we've had like thousands of them. Who is still feeling not right from the earthquake? Me. I want to see a show of hands. That's me. I'm not. I got messed up. Des, I got messed up by this. You too? I got messed up. I'm not right. I'm never right. I mean, I'm not right. The earthquake messed me up. I keep walking around thinking that the floor is shaking. All right, let's go. Let's go. It's 42:34. Let's go ahead and draw to see if we can come up with another winner. Right? Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? The light is on, but nobody's home. Yeah, the chances are. Let's see. I feel dizzy with all the hurt I am seeing. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. I mean, it's horrible. What compels people to show not the devastation? I'm okay with, but the bodies and things, I'm not comfortable with that. I thought there were rules about that on Facebook. When you start putting pictures up, I don't know why people would want to do that. Someone told me it's part of the Filipino culture. Look at this. Come here. Come here. You cannot come up here like that. You can't. Oh, oh, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Hey, all this dumped off. The cat jumped from. The other one's in here too, Minnie. The other one is in here. Oh no. Oh no, I hope it didn't break my toy. My toy robot. Dang it. The cats they're attacking right now. Minnie's taking them out of here right now. They want to get into all kinds of trouble. I don't know why. You can't put a cat on a leash, can you? Oh, you do, helium. You do. They're beautiful kittens. They're beautiful kittens. They're only about 4 months old. They're very nice. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh wait, I got ads showing. I'm gonna skip. Skip. You have my permission to skip. So one of the other cat knocked down. Oh no. I hope it didn't break the toy. My toy robot was up there. My toy robot was up there on a shelf, and it went up there and knocked it off. It doesn't look like it's in a million pieces, but I'll have to go pick it up and check that out. I hope not. All right, let's go. So when you see start in the chat, you may start guessing a number between 1 and 35, but do not guess 1, 24, or 20. Those have already been chosen. They are out of play, as well as the winner, Jaylyn. But Jaylyn's here, Villarius, and she's going to cheer the next winner on. She's going to cheer us on, hoping that you win. So when you see start appear in the chat next to our channel name, you may start guessing a number between 1 and 35. But don't guess the numbers I already told you not to guess. Don't guess 1, 24, and 20. 39 million people in the house. All right, I'm going to enter the stop command pretty soon here. You better get your guesses in. There's no need to wait. There's no need to wait. I'm entering the stop guessing command in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom, stop guessing. When you see that appear in the chat. Madeline Reyes is here. Who else is here? Diosa. Who's here? Who's here? LJ is here. Cha Ram is here. Welcome in, welcome in. 37 million people. Okay, let's see if we got a winner. Mike, Mary, did you get your guess in on time? All right. Remember, no ninja channels. I'm going to know if you're a ninja channel. I'm not going to tell you how. I know, but I know. Okay. The winner is number 30. That's 30. 30. That's the winning number. Do we have a winner at number 30? Do we have a winner? Mike, it doesn't matter even if I picked. Oh, he says. Okay. Glenda! You mean Glenda Montero? Is that who we're talking about? Glenda, isn't this like, Glenda, isn't this like the 10th time in a row that you've won? What is your secret? Glenda has won with number 30 for the 10th time in a row. Oh, she says first time. Listen to me talk smack. mm. Mm. Folks, I gotta tell you, so in the bill, I'm gonna do a video. It's gonna probably post on Sunday. I don't like editing these days, so I'm just gonna go out there and show you the progress on the building of the house. But I'm a little embarrassed. Any mistakes that have occurred on the building of this house that we're building next door, I accept full responsibility for it. And what's the reason? I'm the foreman. So the fact that I can't read plans probably comes into play a little bit here. Nope, the earthquake hasn't affected. We have cracks in this house. They're not serious ones. And so we'll repair these when the crew is almost done on the house next door. We'll go ahead and repair them. But there have been, like, for example, measurements that haven't been quite right, stuff like that. And I should have caught, they're obvious errors, they're obvious errors that I should have caught. And so, like, of course, when I post a YouTube video, I'm going to post that everything is perfect. Everything went according to plan. I'm going to say everything's, you too can build your own house in the Philippines, even if you've never built one before. Because remember, I was saying we're not using a contractor. I am the contractor. I'm the contractor, I'm the foreman. And so I'm responsible for everything, right? So I come out there and I start scratching my head, right? Hey, this area right here is supposed to hold twin bathrooms, you know? This is supposed to have 2 CRs in this spot. I get my measuring tape out. Oops. You can only fit 1 CR there and maybe a storage closet. So we were only off by this much, but I was laughing. I came out and I said to the, I don't get, the one thing about building, right? Akito is here. Hi, Akito. Thing about building, right, is that you can't get too, you know, you can't worry about stuff, especially when you've poured, thousands of cubic feet of concrete. You can't worry about being off a foot here and a foot there. But truth be told, it cuts the size of the house down. You make one measuring error, right? When you're planting the cornerstone, you make one measuring error, and the whole house is going to be off. And I think we've probably lost 20 cubic yards. I don't know how much. This house was supposed to be 90 cubic yards, right? That's what this thing was supposed to be 1,000 square feet or 90. I don't know anything about the metric system. What do they call it? It's 1,000 square feet. It's a small house. It's not very big. By Filipino standards, it's probably an enormous house, right? It's certainly not as big as this one that we're living in. But anyway, if you're off just a little bit, right? You're gonna. I was like looking at, hey, what happened to my bedroom space? And then I go back to the plans. I start looking. I go, these columns are in the wrong spot. They're like this far out of whack where they're supposed to be. How do you say measuring tape? And Dan knows how to say it in Spanish. Cinta de meter, meter, or meter. That makes sense. Cinta de medir, something like that. Medida. Oh, that's the Tagalog word. Medida. Medir. Medir. Meter. Medir. Anyway. Only off by that much, right? I'm the one that has to take full responsibility for any errors, right? So anyway, so maybe this is turning out to be a spec house. So now I have 3 small bedrooms, a small living. It's a small house, 90 square meters, right? And I have to make some adjustments to get that second CR in there, that second restroom. So anyway, it's there's no one to blame except for me. What can I do? It's just me. I'm the one. I can look at myself in the mirror and say, "You're fired. You're fired. You're fired." That's it. That's all I can do. Right? But otherwise, it's off a little here, a little there. But otherwise, this thing is one strong son of a gun. This house is strong. And I'll show you why when we do the video update on Sunday. It's because, I'll tell you why here. It's because we're using those casts, concrete casts. Those concrete casts actually become, yeah, I could save money. Actually, I'm going to talk about that. Mike, you bring up an important point. I'll talk about that in the video. That when you're using cast concrete instead of hollow block, you now are creating load-bearing walls, where before, hollow block aren't load-bearing. right? They just make up walls, right, to make up the rest. It's your columns that are load bearing on a traditional Filipino house. But when you add concrete forms, those become load bearing walls. So it's very, very strong. And so no, there were no cracks or no columns fell over during the earthquake. None of that stuff, right? No cracks, none of that. This house is strong, and I'll show you in the video what that's all about. Cost wise, I'll give you a hint. Mike, cost wise, I was quoted, if I had a full crew of people that knew what they were doing. I'm not saying that these guys don't. Of course they do. They're skilled, right? You have to use a licensed electrician and a licensed plumber these days. So which I do have. And so this I had a couple of contractors give me quotes, and it was like twice what I realized it was going to cost to build. Dan, isn't a hollow block a cast? No. Well, yes and no, but the problem is that so how you get the strength in it is because those let's say that you're using a hollow block to build a number 4 house. Let's say you're using number 4 hollow block to build your house, or however I meant to say it. You only have those cast holes to fill it up with cement. You know, that is 3,000 psi cement, and the rest of it, well, you just look around in the earthquake in Cebu to see what the rest of it looks like. You know, you just go to Cebu, and the houses that collapsed were made out of, Maris is here. They were made out of hollow block, mostly number 4s. So your best bet would be to make it out of number 6s. But if you're casting, then the entire wall is concrete. In other words, it's concrete and rebar. The entire wall, all the way up from your foundation to the roof line, is all cast. So Larry is here. Good morning, Larry. You're getting ready for work. Okay, Larry, don't be late. Don't be late. They depend on you there. So anyway, that's the reason why. That's the reason why. It's all 3,000 psi, and so it becomes a load-bearing wall. And so we don't need it. It's overkill, basically, right? But it really is an easier way to build a house, because when you're using number 4 and number 6 hollow block, you're standing there with your little, what do they call it? You're grabbing the cement, slapping it down the hole, making sure it's in there tight. And you're doing this, and then you're offsetting your hollow block. Yeah, that was a terrible look of McDonald's, and the Jollibee also got destroyed. Oh, guys, you know how I did that short video about Jollibee being back and bye-bye? Well, guess what? He disappeared. He disappeared. When I asked the security guard what happened, you know, what happened to the Jollibee? He was out there yesterday. I did a video. He said, "Oh, this is bad." He said, "This is really bad. There has been a Jollibee napping." Huh? They did not walk off with Jollibee again, did they? He says, "Honest to God, I don't know what happened." Huh. The Jollibee is gone. We drove by there today. The Jollibee is gone. No one could tell us what happened. We went inside. We asked all the people. They're like, "We're perplexed, just like you are, Dan. No one knows where the Jollibee went." So I may, in fact, have the only video of that brand new Jollibee that folks will ever see. Pressy Manzanero is here. Happy birthday to your daughter, Pressy. All right. Let's do the last and final draw for 333 tonight. Okay. When you see start appear in the chat, then you may start guessing a number between 1 and 35. But do not guess number 1, number 24, number 20, or number 30, because those are all out of play. Number 1, number 24, number 20, and number 30 are all out of play. When you see start appear, take your one and only guess of a number between 1 and 35, but not one of those numbers that I just told you don't pick. Let's give away the last prize of 333. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I want a winner, 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 chicken dinner. Akiro Chura has chosen number 19. Teresa Laren, number 21. Crystal's Adventure. Oh, beat her to the chase. JC Vlog. Number 33, Madeline Reyes 2. Irene and Irish. Des is here. All right. I'm getting ready to enter the stop command. I hope we have a final winner here, because I'm beat. It's been a very stressful week. When you see stop appear in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you stop guessing. Ads, of course. All right. Here it is. Hopefully we'll get a winner. Hopefully we'll get a winner. All right. Let me put the lid back on there because I don't want to lose all my balls. All right, the winning this time around is number 15. Number 15. Do we have a winner? The winner would be the first person in the comment section to choose number 15. Do we have a winner at number 15 for 333? Winner, 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 winner. Journey, congratulations. No, John Ray, not Journey, John Ray. By the way, has anybody seen Journey? John Ray is the winner. John Ray, congratulations. John Ray, don't forget to send me your GCASH number. Ads appeared right as I was talking. Santa all. John Ray, don't forget to send me your GCASH account number so I could send you your winnings, because I won't be coming looking for you otherwise. And then I'll go out and spend your money on a coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. All right, let me see if Man Minnie is here to say hello and goodbye. Man Minnie! Man Minnie, are you here? She might not be able to hear me because she closed the door. She closed the door so the cats wouldn't get in. Man Minnie! Oh, she's watching the show. Hang on, hang on. Man Minnie! Here she is. All right, we got our winners. Jalen, Glenda, and John Ray each win 333. Bye. Thanks for coming in and taking care of the cats for me.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Da, 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 da. Bye, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. See you later.